Middlesex lost their latest Clydesdale Bank 40 match, their 6th defeat in a row, losing to Essex by 7 wickets with 39 balls to spare, and this is the best of the action. Middlesex won the toss and batted and made nothing more than a steady start really, with John Simpson and Scott Newman hitting just the occasional boundary against a disciplined Essex attack. They still had something to play for in this competition. Newman struck the first 6 of the match, driving Tony Palladino over long on, as he and his partner opened up with a stand of 36 in 9.5 overs. They would have been disappointed with the manner of its ending, as Newman was run out thanks to the athleticism and accuracy of James Foster. O.A. Shah came to the crease for the first time in Middlesex colours since finding out of his release at the end of the summer, and he just made his ground here. He and Simpson started to increase the scoring rate, with both expressing themselves with 6s. Simpson timed this shot off Palladino over extra cover with ease, while Shah drove Ryan Ten-Descarter back down the ground as the pair added 26 in 32 deliveries. Shah was the second man out after making 12, LBW to Danish Canaria. And Simpson followed for 29 when he got a looping edge off an attempted drive off Ten-Descarter, leaving Middlesex on 77 for 3. Perhaps Middlesex's biggest problem in the one-day game this summer has been building partnerships, and that again was the case in this match. The 4th wicket added 30, but that was as good as it got for these two once Gareth Berg was run out following a stumble after being sent back by David Malan. He was just getting going, having scored a run of ball 20. Neil Dexter desperately tried to pick up the innings. This was another good knock from him, while Malan showed plenty of invention to counteract the spin of Grant Flower, playing in his final ever game at Chelmsford. Again, this stand looked as if it may help the Panthers record a decent score, but having added 43, Malan was bowled swinging across the line on 38. With 6 overs to go, Middlesex were on 150 for 5, and they lost Tom Scollay in the search for runs from anywhere. He was the 3rd to be run out. Sean Udall then swung at and missed a ball from Chris Wright and was bowled for 2, leaving the visitors in trouble on 166 for 7 with just 14 balls left. It was totally down to Dexter that they were able to post a score of 189 for 7 at the end, as the skipper finished on 48 from 38 balls, including this 6. Essex needed a win to keep their semi-final hopes alive, and they made a reasonable start to their reply, led by Mark Pettini and Alistair Cook, who tried to get their team off to a flyer. The Panthers included Stephen Finn, who emphasised his class by removing Pettini, caught behind on the drive at 17 for 1. That brought Ravi Bopara to the crease on the day before he rejoined the England squad for their campaign with Pakistan in the one-dayers. Finn, of course, was not included in that, but showed his worth in the short form of the game by removing his Test colleague Cook, who couldn't get enough on this pull shot and was caught by Malan for 11. At 39 for 2 after 10 overs, it was still anybody's game, but Essex showed the value of big partnerships as Bopara and Flower took it away from Middlesex. Bopara eased his way to a half-century, made off 60 balls. He'd hit 1-6 in that and added another when he dispatched Udall over cow corner as Essex cantered towards their target. In what must have been an emotional match for Flower, he would have been thrilled to reach his 50, a good one too from 58 deliveries. The pair had added 114 in 18 overs by the time the stand was broken, right at the start of the batting power play. Bopara still managed to find an outfielder with Finn clinging on at long on, and he was out for 68. Ten-Descarter wasted no time in pressing home the advantage. When he came to the crease, just 37 runs were needed in 12 overs, but he still played his shots. In all honesty, Middlesex were outplayed by a side still with interest in this competition, and it showed as Ten-Descarter and Flower eased their side towards the line. Flower played one of his better innings of the season, and it was fitting that a player who served his county so well struck the winning runs in front of a good crowd. He ended unbeaten on 81 as Essex cruised home. The eventual margin of victory was by 7 wickets, Essex reaching their target with bags of time to spare too. Middlesex have already started their preparations for next summer, And home supporters may see new boy Chris Rogers at Lord's on Saturday when Derbyshire come to town.